Hello, 1/6 scale firearms collectors. So I got another one here that I bought loose locally, and it came from this set here made by a company called Easy and Simple, and the set number is 26038R, the Special Ops Group Low Profile Casual version. I have no idea what the SAD means though. I don't know much about private military contractors, and other than they probably kill people. Okay, well, anyways, I bought this loose, and looking at the loadout of what comes in this box set, I seem to be missing, the light, the scope, and yeah, those things seem to be missing from what I purchased locally. But this is a short PDW version of the HK 416. HK is Heckler and Koch, German company, probably the most innovative firearms company that I'm aware of. They've made a lot of weird experimental firearms in the past. And this 416, this platform is basically making like a German version of the Colt M4, or M16, or AR-15. Basically, the typical rifle that you see American forces using. So but it's not totally identical. It looks similar, but the operating system, the gas operating system, is a little bit different in an HK. But I believe it shares the same types of magazines and the same types of 5.56 by 45 NATO rounds. This thing was produced starting in 2004, the platform that is, and is still currently used today by many countries. It's much more reliable than the current weapons, the M4 that the U.S. government uses. So, but this is a PDW. That means personal defense weapon, meaning it's kind of a trend in the firearms industry where they're taking the actions in the receiver and lower of a full-size battle rifle, and then they're shortening them for personal defense use. It's basically like a compact, full rifle. But obviously, with a shorter barrel, you're going to lose some accuracy. But all the stopping power is there. Well, technically not. The muzzle velocity would be lower. Anyways, that's the trend, and I think they look cool. It's shorter than usual. I'll compare it to a different full-size 416 later. Alright, so this front end here, this Easy Simple company, they're one of the best 1/6 scale brands out there as far as collecting firearms. Unfortunately, I paid a lot of money for this because someone actually had to buy this entire set for a few $100s in order for me to buy this. Right? So this person broke it up, and I was lucky enough to get this on the aftermarket. Turns out the front end of this is actually a real front end. This is called Maxim. It's a company called Maxim that makes different custom parts for the HK416. So in this real photograph here at one of these gun shows, this is the lower and the upper of a 416, and then this whole barrel shroud area is made by Maxim. Apparently they make a rear stock as well as, that. Or here's another variation or a different shot of it. So I had no idea about this. I just got it because I don't have this casting in my collection, and it turns out that this is actually a real thing. So nice coincidence. Alright, so these easy simple things, we have nice tampo printing here. There's the HK logo, 416C, the caliber, and then it's got these translucent magazines. The bullets are just one piece of plastic painted gold, but they look realistic enough inside there. And then, some are poking through the top here. I wonder, it's probably possible that I could actually remove those if I had tweezers, but there seems to be a groove there as well, keeping them in place. Or maybe that's gluing them in. Nice little texture, grip texture on there, and the butt plate there. So I seem to have gotten 3 of these things, but I only need 1 really. And then let's see what else we have here. The safety, or this is the fire selector switch. This, this does rotate, so I think the first one might be safe. Maybe this is single fire, and then you should be able to flip it all the way, and that would be full auto. So Okay. The mag release doesn't work though on something this small, but I think the stock might slide out. Seems to be a little stuck on the butt end there. Yeah, so this is just plastic, so it's very frail. So that's the only time I'm ever going to do that in my life. I'm going to put it back and never do that again, because look at that. That plastic wants to snap. It's so frail. You'll see the little, you know, keychain ring kind of thing here for a sling. Although I didn't get that when I bought this. Maybe that's something the guy wanted to keep. Seems to be a separate plate here. But, alright, we're going to put that back before it breaks. So the grip here is painted like a desert tan. I'm not sure if that comes off. Probably does, but I don't take these guns apart, really. I just buy them, I look at them, and then I put them on a pegboard and just display them that way. The cocking bolt here, the ambidextrous cocking bolt, does slide back, and there's a spring. So that should open up the mag ejection door. Let's see if it does. No, it doesn't. But you can see the bolt here does spring. Alright, so that's just a hinge. So nice printing there. I believe you might be able to take this apart if I push that pin out, but I'm not going to do so. Maybe this barrel shroud will come out as well, but what's crazy is the detail here. This is engraved. Something multi something Albert 1304 something, probably a serial number. This is probably a silencer. Now that I think of it, this octagonal thing, I'm sure this is a silencer in the real world, or some sort of fire suppressor. So it's pretty cool that they, you know, the printing is nice, that's expected, but when you get into engraving something, and you can see my fingertip, that's pretty precision mold work. And so that's why I like plastic models. You cannot get that kind of detail out of a die-cast mold. So, yeah, I wonder if this thing pulls out. No, I think that's solid in there. That helps, if this thing gets jammed on a real gun, that helps push it forward. Alright, well, I guess that's, well, let's look into the other little bits that came with this thing. I'll put a magazine back in there. So the rails actually on these 1/6 scale models, at least the better brands like Easy and Simple and Damn Toys and MSE, they have, I can't focus on this, the rails are 2-spec in 6 scale, so you can swap around all the accessories. So this is a flip up, you know, front sight. So this should slide on there. Although I do find with the production tolerances, sometimes you have to file it, but this one actually seemed to be okay. Alright, here's the rear sight. So it's a little bit different. It's got the little peephole that you can see my finger through. Not sure if I should have put that on through the front, or if it'll fit on through the back. I guess it will fit on through the back. Okay. So you flip those sights up, and that's how you would sight it on a real gun. Okay, that's neat. There seems to be a forearm lower grip here, and in this case it just has these 2 slots. Oh boy, there's actually a name for this kind of mounting system, but I forget what it is. I don't know, I forget. Can't guess. So this is just a friction fit. If it's loose, I like to use poster putty to keep that, but this one's pretty tight. It's tight enough that I don't think it'll just fall out. And then it's got a couple other rails here that can fit in there, painted in the same color. Although, you know, I don't think I'm going to put them on because it's going to cover up that engraving. I mean, I guess I could put one on this side, but just to show you guys. Yeah, and so then you could slide on more accessories like a light or a infrared emitter or something like that. But since I like to put these on a pegboard, a push board, I like to keep this side flat as possible. So it's just as flat as possible on my display board. Yeah, I do have a video of my collection if you search out 1/6 scale gun in my channel. And I guess that's it. Just a bunch of these. There's a big and a small size for these rails, but I'm not really so interested in those. I guess I'm just going to have this for now. Yeah. Maybe later I'll swap over a sight from a different gun, like an optic sight, that is. Speaking of which, let us compare it to a couple other 1/6 scale rifles. So this is the compact, a custom compact. This is a regular HK416, and this is made by a company called Soldier Story. Although it's got a crazy desert camo paint on it, so I don't think any of the text is there anymore. Yeah, it's gone. If this was a normal finish, it would probably have printing there. And then it's got a standard type of magazine, the old school magazine. Very tight fit on this one. Yeah, just painted bullets up in there. You'll see, yeah, the rails, and so this is a much longer barrel on this guy, as you can see. Well, it's actually not that much longer, or, well, I don't know how long this compensator is, you know, where the barrel ends and the compensator begins. But this one has a, you know, a red dot sight, and that still has the backup iron sights, but there's by a different company apparently, because they're a different design. There you go. But being plastic, I like to leave those down because they're fragile. This buttstock does slide out. I believe it can remove it as well. If I remove this piece, I think I can take it off the sliding inner part there. And then, yeah, this charging mechanism. So that's Soldier Story. This is one of their older ones, though. This is probably 5 years old at least, this toy. Maybe more. So that's the full length. And then, let's see, I have another PDW. This is an HK416 that's been modified to take 22 caliber. You know, 22 long rifle, which are, well, the two's not printed very well. So the intention of this is just for like training and stuff, or possibly plinking around your backyard, because 22 long rifle cartridges are very cheap. They're not center fire, they're rim fire. But I think this is just cool. And this again is made by Easy Simple, probably from some sort of PMC, private military contractor set. And now look at this one. The actual bolt has engraving in it. Let me try to focus on this. Yeah. So serial numbers or something like that. Let me try to pull this back. Oh, I see that. The barrel has a serial number and the bolt has a serial number. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, alright. This one's got light and some sort of optic there that can be adjusted for, you know, angle. Because a 22 just doesn't have much velocity, so I'm going to assume that's why this one has this angled thing, so you can actually lob bullets. Or maybe this is from a grenade launcher. I don't know. I buy all these things loose. I think I've only bought like 3 to 5 full box sets. They're just too expensive, so I just buy the guns loose, but I don't necessarily know if these accessories came with that box set or not. This one seems to have a round suppressor on the front of it. Alright, so now we can look at these two. Yeah, so this is the most compact one yet, the 22. And then let's take a look at another PDW. In fact, let me change the height angle here of the view. This is a SCAR. A SCAR is a full-size, you know, European assault rifle, but this is a compact version of it again. So this is from a company called MSE, Mission Specific Equipment, which is actually made by this same brand, Easy Simple. So Easy Simple is they're the guys making all 3 of these guns. But MSE contracts out, you know, custom figures from them and brands them as their own. So this is supposed to be some sort of like crazy zombie fighting, you know, zombie fighting gun, all decked out. I like this. Got the little skull on the magazine. There's a clear window to see the bullets. I put some poster board putty on this one because I guess the magazine, well, it's just too thin, too loose. You know, nice little foregrip there. And then this one's got a nice little plastic insert for the red dot sight on both ends. Unfortunately, you can't see all the way through. It would have been cool if they left a hollow hole there so you can see light through it, but I guess no one does that yet. Someday someone will. This case, the bolt is actually in the open position. I don't know if it's just friction. What's holding that open? I see. The charging handle's here. I see. I can actually swap what side of the rifle that charging handle is on. But, I just have it on that. It came on that side, I guess. Just leave in that position. Yeah, backup iron sights as well on this one. Seems to be the same as before. Except for the front one's different. It's integrated. Alright, so now we compare those two. A scar. Yeah, our full-size scar is quite large, actually. But this one, again, is super short. So, now we have 3 PDWs in my collection. I just think they're cool. I'm on a little bit of a holiday break right now, so I've been researching airsoft. I'm an old guy, but I see a lot of other old guys playing airsoft. Maybe I'll just get shot a lot because I can't run around as fast as I used to. But like airsoft guns are pretty cheap. You know, it seems like you can get a decent one for like $200, $300. Like, and then you don't need to even modify it or anything like that. And then I guess good ones are like 500 and up. I don't know. I don't know if I want to buy those, but we'll see. I'm not even sure if I want to play. I'm gonna have to go check out a rental place, see how well I do. If I like it, you might start seeing me do some airsoft videos. Okay. Well, anyways, I'll just hold this here since it doesn't make sense to put it on a solar spinner. Yeah, 1/6 scale weapons. They're kind of cool. I like them. You know, I just like the details. I like small miniatures. That's why my channel is called Small Model Collector. Whether it's a car or a cartooned vehicle or a little tiny firearm or even a lightsaber. I'm all about those little things. The little things that count. Not really. Little things that count to me. But thanks for watching, guys. I have a few more online. I ordered a bunch off of a website, so there'll probably be some more videos. And stay tuned for those. Thanks. Bye.